did Chris really beat cancer? Hey, this is Jonathan Pasley, and I completely understand, as someone who was diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago, suddenly. In 2016, I was diagnosed with cancer. And when you get diagnosed with cancer, one of the things we all do is we go to Google. Yes, we go to Google University. We go to Google University, we Google cancer cures, and we try to find out more about our situation. And sometimes we go down this rabbit hole, this black hole of all kinds of things. We go join different groups and forums and things like that. And eventually we graduate with our Google degree. We graduate from our Google degree. We become informed. I was definitely there. I did many different natural alternative therapies and things like that. And one of the, I guess, main natural gurus that you come across is Chris Beats Cancer. I forget his name. It's like Chris. I forget his last name. Something with the W. And he talks about his journey, how he beat cancer naturally. And first, I want to say that I am not advocating for anyone to do, or I'm not recommending anyone go in a certain way. I'm not saying that you should definitely do natural therapies. I'm not saying you should definitely do chemo. It's the decision's really up to you. You really got to seek God. That's my advice. That's my experience. Really, it's just got to seek God on what to do. But I want to just let everybody know to be careful with what you find online and what other people are saying in forums and things like that, because one of the major things that you hear is, especially on the natural route, the naturalists, right? They're saying it. A lot of them say, "Oh, the government's out to get us." The government, they are all about making money and profiting, and they do have a cure to cancer. They just don't want to give it, and all these theories and things like that sometimes you can get caught up with. And believe me, again, I've been there. I got caught up in that stuff too as well. But you have to understand that also these natural guys, a lot of them aren't doing this for free. Like Chris Beats Cancer, he charges for consultations. It's like $200 an hour. Like, he sells programs. He makes money off of what he does. When he goes to speak, he's probably getting paid to speak, probably thousands of dollars. Or if he's not getting paid, he sells his programs. So, he makes money too. And also, you have to, and I'm not saying this is true or not, but with Chris Beats Cancer, that's kind of his brand, right? So even if the cancer were to reemerge, or if the cancer were to reemerge, do you think he would tell everybody that? Probably not. Again, my personal opinion. But if the cancer were to reemerge, I really doubt that he would post that it did, because then that would destroy his brand. That destroys everything that he's about. So again, these are just thoughts that I'm thinking of. Again, I'm not saying that happened or whatever it may be. I've done Gerson's therapy. Again, Gerson's therapy is not free. It's actually a very expensive program. Very, very expensive. It's like thousands of dollars to go actually to the facilities that they have, and I forget how many weeks it is that you're there for. But even if you don't go to the facility, they sell products. They sell the protocol, or what the directions to do the protocol on the website. That's, again, they make money too as well. So don't fall into the trap or the lie that the natural guys aren't making money as well. They're making money as well. So that, don't follow that. Don't fall into that lie. My personal story with natural remedies. I did a lot of things. I did Gerson's therapy. I did the ketogenic diet. I did all kinds of things. I took all kinds of supplements, high doses of turmeric. I did the IV therapy. I did all that. I did a lot of stuff. I did black seed oil. I've done all kinds of stuff. Everything you can name. But with Gerson's therapy, I did that for 4 months straight. Didn't work for me. The tumors kept on growing. And to be honest, with the natural therapies, I did it 1 year after I was diagnosed in 2016. And to be honest, it literally almost killed me. The tumors kept on growing, and I would look at different forums and look online, and ask the advice of basically people that didn't really know what they were doing. And they would tell me, hey, yeah, the tumors are growing, but that's just a sign of the tumors dying off. And I believed it, right? But no, it wasn't a sign that the tumors were dying off. It was a sign that the tumors were growing and basically killing my liver. Like I was dying. My blood work was horrible. A year after, I ended up in the hospital. Exactly a year after, my blood work was really bad. They had to do a blood transfusion. If I would have continued on the natural route, I would have died. Now, I'm not saying doing the alternative therapies, I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying it didn't work for me. And you have to be mindful that everybody's body is different. And also there are different types of cancers. Some people chemo works, some people chemo doesn't work. Some people the natural therapies it works, some it doesn't work. There are people out there where chemo has saved people's lives, and vice versa. So me personally, I take a chemo pill called Gleevec, and it works very well for me. Very, very well for me. It worked almost instantly from the time I took it. I attribute all my healing to God, to be honest, but I've also met many people who, they may be eating well or doing different natural therapies and things like that, and they're posting online that it's working well, but they also haven't told people, because I've met people like this, they haven't told people that whatever tumors or whatever it may be that they had when they first got diagnosed with cancer, they got those surgically removed, and now they're doing the natural therapies, which that gives you a kind of a skewed outlook or a skewed results, because there's some cancers that after the cancer or the tumor is removed, there's some cancers where there's a small possibility, a very small chance of it growing back, period, regardless. So you don't really know if it's the natural therapies that are working or not, or the cancers will never grow back in the first place. But to the people that are, posting, they forget to mention that. They don't mention that. So again, if you're going off that information, it's kind of skewed information, and you're making really life decisions based off of that. Again, dangerous. And again, these are things that I've learned just from experience in speaking with other people that are diagnosed with cancer. So you got to be mindful of that. And for people, I know some people can become very passionate about natural therapies, or whatever route or direction that they may resonate with, but don't bash people for the direction that they take, or the decisions that they make, or the choices that they make, or what God is leading them to do in their cancer journey. Like, first off, cancer is already difficult. It's already a difficult mental battle, right? So we don't need people bashing us about, oh, you're doing chemo, or oh, you're doing, like, don't do that. And and a lot of the times the people that bash others are the ones that really haven't been through anything. They've never experienced cancer. They've never had to go through anything themselves. All they've done is watched a couple of YouTube videos or seen articles online, and now they think they're experts, and and to stop, because what you say could really affect someone's life mentally, but also physically. Like you could be killing people by giving them bad advice or wrong advice or whatever it may be. So just again, be mindful of the person that is on the other side of your words. Words, the tongue can you can speak life or death into a person. The tongue is a very powerful thing. A quick story. Actually the other day, someone was telling a group of people, I won't say names, was telling a group of people, like, they were very passionate about, like, the whole natural thing, and saying the government was holding back and the government's out to kill us and all that. And the person that was saying this was diagnosed with cancer, and he was talking to other cancer people. I kind of pulled him aside and I said, hey, you got to be mindful, like, and respect people's decisions, because you're going to make people feel guilty, like, if they're doing the chemo route or whatever way God has led them to go. Like, don't confuse them even more. Like, this journey is already difficult. And I was like, I told him my personal story about my natural methods, about my story or my journey with doing alternative therapies. And, I said it just didn't work well for me. I'm not saying that it doesn't work at all, but it didn't work well for me. And everybody is different. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's situation is different. And he told me, he's like, well, you know what? Although that he's been advocating and, like, posting and doing different things about natural therapies, he's like, he's had his doubts as well on natural therapies. He wasn't sure if they worked or not. And I'm like, then what are you doing, buddy? Like, what are you doing? Like, if you feel that way, don't be so definitive in what you're saying about, and almost shaming other people, saying, don't do chemo or don't do this, do natural therapies, when you don't even fully believe in it yourself. Like, what are you doing? Like, you could be killing people. You could be killing people. You could be swaying people's minds or swaying people's decisions in one way that may not be best for them. So again, as I say in this video, I'm not telling you to do one thing or not, one thing or the other. I'm not saying to do natural therapies. I'm not saying to do chemo. I will say, from my experience, seek God for guidance. He's really our source. He's got all the wisdom. And if you don't believe in God, I don't know what to tell you. But that just from my experience, you really got to seek God, because in your journey, because cancer is a difficult thing. And there's so much information out there. There's so much distraction and noise out there. God really helped guide me through my journey and gave me a peace that really surpassed all understanding. And now where I stand, the cancer's in remission. I'm doing amazing. I'm just doing much better. Life is much better for me. But that's just my testimony. That's my experience. I kind of look at it like this. The people, just like on social media, like if you have a friend, you probably have some friends where they're probably not doing too well. Their marriage may be horrible, or they may not, they may be struggling financially. But on Facebook or social media, they paint a different picture. They paint that their relationship, their marriage, or whatever, may be doing extremely well, that they're super happy. But this person, and that the relationship isn't doing well. Or that on social media that they paint this picture that they're super successful, and they have all this money and they're traveling and all that. But them, and they're struggling. Like, they asked you for $20 yesterday. It's the same thing. The loudest people online are typically the people that have issues, that have no clue what they're talking about. So just be careful. Just be careful. Be careful what you listen to. The only person that has the ultimate wisdom is Jesus, to be honest. And just, again, get in line with God and really follow His direction. Get close to God. And that's my personal experience, my journey. You don't even have to listen to me. I mean, again, you don't have to listen to me. It's just my experience that I want to share. Hopefully it's an encouragement to you. Hopefully it's relieving to you. Hopefully It helps you in your journey, whether you are battling cancer or you're going through something else. That's why I do these videos. So yeah, just want to say that again. I'm not beating up on Chris Beats Cancer. That guy, I'm sure he's a great guy. You know, I'm sure he's doing good things. I don't know him personally, but I'm sure he's a good guy. But I just wanted to add another perspective, you know, to someone who may be going through cancer, through their journey. I hope this video is helpful. So I don't want to ramble on. So again, if you find this video of value, subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment underneath this video if you agree or not. Comment with your opinion on what you think of what I said. Share this video with somebody who you think can benefit from it. If you are battling cancer, join our Facebook support group, Christians Battling Cancer. It's a great support group. We just really encourage each other, support each other through our cancer journeys, pray for each other, and just remind each other that God's got a plan, God's got a purpose for our lives. And you know, cancer is just a stepping stone to get to that purpose, for God to use us to just really help others. You know, so again, if you're battling cancer, you're in a cancer journey, feel free to join our group. We would love to have you be a part of our community. God's been just doing amazing things in our community. Tumors shrinking, blood work coming back great. You know, CT scans, you know, great news from oncologists. I mean, just amazing things how God is working in our community as a whole, but also individually too as well. So please join. Go to www.cbc.support, fill out the 2 questions, and again, just join our community. We would love to have you. And I will see you on the next video. All right, have a great day, everyone.